everybody, welcome back to my channel. I have been totally slacking since I got pregnant. The last maternity vlog that I did, I was 15 weeks. And so now I am 35 weeks. So let me just tell you that the game has changed quite a bit. If you are a mom or you've been pregnant, you know what I'm talking about because this is like a whole nother level. Okay, so pretty much I'm 35 weeks now, so I'm getting down to crunch time. I'm 5 weeks away. So since my last video, a lot has happened. We found out that we're having a little baby boy, and every time someone asks me that, the first thing they ask me is, do you have his name yet? And the answer to that is yes. We have actually had his name. We actually had a boy name and a girl name like already when I got pregnant. We had what we wanted. And so we knew as soon as we found out what our boy name would be. And it hasn't changed this whole time. Some people have told me to have two, just in case he comes out looking like different than what we imagined. But my husband is really set on this name. And so we have a name, and that is the name, and we are not telling anybody. So you will find out whenever our little boy comes out. His due date right now is October 30th, which that has not changed. Nothing has changed. I've been really fortunate. I've had a really healthy pregnancy. Of course, it's still a pregnancy, so there's nice, fun things that have come with it. But I'm really grateful to have had, so far, a really healthy pregnancy. So I guess just a couple of the basic questions that I'm getting asked more frequently now would be, where am I delivering? And I'm delivering at Harris Methodist in Hearst, it's H-E-B, not the one in Fort Worth. I get that all the time. And my doctor, everyone wants to know who my doctor is Dr. Beverly Wood, and she is phenomenal. I really like her, and she has been great, and I can do a little post-pregnant, or I guess post-labor, after birth video and tell you guys how the birth and the deliverance of the baby went and all that. But yeah, that's who we're going with, and that's where we are having our little baby boy. I guess we'll get into the fun stuff now. Like you guys know, if you watched my first video, I had quite a bit of morning sickness and quite a bit of nausea. And I would have to say that subsided the week after my last video. So around 16 weeks, my nausea and my morning sickness kind of went away. And then the other fun thing I talked about in my video was cravings, the other video. And at that time I was craving like pizza big time. And the pizza, I kind of fell off the pizza wagon. I don't know when, but I kind of fell off. After that point, after the pizza, my cravings were really not bad at all. Like, I was so surprised. I haven't needed anything. Like, I have not made my husband go to the store at midnight, like all those craving horror stories that you hear. I've never made him do that my whole pregnancy. The one thing that is different about me that I enjoy now is chocolate ice cream. I don't know, seriously, I think it's Ben & Jerry's New York Super Fudge Chunk. I blame my parents because they had some in their freezer one day, and I took like just a spoonful out of it, and I was hooked. And so for the past month, I have loved that, which is so awesome because it just has no calories in it or anything. The other weird thing that I've been enjoying, these are all bad foods, so I've craved or wanted nothing healthy. Awesome. For a while I went through like a mint chocolate chip phase. Like, I would like the mint Oreos, and mint chocolate chip ice cream, but then the Ben & Jerry's came in, and that was out the window. And Pop-Tarts, like, randomly, I never really ate Pop-Tarts growing up that much. They're not very good for you, so we didn't really eat them. But strawberry Pop-Tarts, I tried other flavors. I tried s'mores because I was like, okay, maybe I'm going through this chocolate phase. No, strawberry Pop-Tarts. So that's another thing that I've been kind of liking. Oh, and then this is the kind of really weird one, is French fries. I never eat McDonald's, like, ever. It's rare if I eat McDonald's. But like a month ago, I started wanting French fries from McDonald's. And it's the weirdest thing. So that's pretty much any somewhat cravings I've had. I guess you could call them cravings. I haven't been dying to have them. I haven't eaten them every single day, but those have been things that I've been kind of liking the back half of my pregnancy. Sorry, I had to change my camera view a little and take off my little cover that I had on because it was getting hot, which is something else that's been happening lately. I'm always a cold person, and not when I'm pregnant. At night, I don't even sleep with covers. It's very weird. Okay, so the other thing that was kind of a memory that I wanted to just document was the gestational diabetes test that they make you take. So if you don't know what that is, they make you drink like 50 grams of sugar, just chug it. You have 5 minutes to drink it. And then you have to wait an hour, and they take your blood because they want to see if the sugar is breaking down properly in your body. Well, if you know me at all, I don't do needles, and I don't do blood drawings, and I don't do shots very well. So I wasn't a fan of it, but you know what, I was like, whatever. So the doctor calls me a few days later, and I failed it. And it wasn't the end of the world. She was like, you know, it's just a screening. A lot of people fail it because it's only the 1 hour one. So you just basically need to go and redo it at a clinic for 3 hours. So I had to get my blood drawn when I walked in, and then I had to drink 100 grams this time. And then I had to get my blood drawn every hour on the hour for the next 3 hours, and I wasn't allowed to leave the clinic. So that was just the best day ever in my pregnancy. I despised that day. So everything came back normal. They're like, your blood, your sugar, whatever levels were fine. You don't have gestational diabetes. So I was just kind of like, okay, well, that was a fun one. So that was kind of a memory of the pregnancy that I don't think I'll be forgetting. All right, last time I talked about working out, and I was saying that I was too sick and nauseous to work out, and that I was gonna try some prenatal yoga. Well, update on that, I did try it twice, and then I gave up very quickly after that. I have not been good about working out in my pregnancy. I will just be straight up honest. I have a lot of back issues, and it just would make me in so much pain that it just wouldn't work out for me. Now, on the flip side of that though, I am not a lazy person. I am not sedentary in my lifestyle at all. I still coach volleyball, I coach clinics, so I'm still up on my feet doing things. I'm not just sedentary and sitting at a desk or sitting around in bed all day. So I think that has made a little bit of a difference too. I'm still an active person, but as far as like actually going to the gym or doing like workout like videos, I have failed at that in my pregnancy. The other thing that has been just kind of annoying, and just, I can't think of another word but annoying for it, is the swelling that has started to happen. So I will say at 8 months, so I guess that's 32 weeks, the game just changed. Like the baby shifted, or I don't even know what happened, to be honest with you, but the game changed. I started swelling. None of my shoes fit anymore. My fingers are like massive at all times. Everything swells all the time. I just feel gross, pretty much, is the best way I can explain it. But as my belly's gotten bigger though, it's gotten really fun to be able to watch the baby move, because he doesn't just do little like punch kicks anymore. He's actually like moving, and so that's probably the most enjoyable thing about pregnancy for me. I'm not a fan of pregnancy, I'll be straight up honest. Some ladies are like, I love being pregnant, they miss their bump and whatever, they just love it and they just feel so happy, and I'm not a fan. This is so not to say that I am not grateful. I am so grateful for the opportunity to have a baby, and that is why I'm just, you know, getting through this, but being pregnant is not my strong suit. But the most fun thing that we've probably done throughout the pregnancy is at 32 weeks, we went and got a 3D 4D ultrasound. And a lot of people have told us about these and said, I've done a lot of research because your insurance doesn't cover it. You have to pay out of pocket for it. And there's like legit, like this is a thing now. There are legit places that are just for these sonograms, and they are like decked out. I read online, I heard from everybody, if you choose to spend money on one thing, do this. You'll regret it if you don't do it. So AG and I were like, okay, we're just gonna suck it up and we're gonna do it. It was $250. So you go and the sessions are timed. I think our session was 30 minutes. You get 10 printouts and you get a DVD of like the whole sonogram, like 4D. And we got a little stuffed animal, and if you click his little belly, you can hear our baby's heartbeat. They recorded his heartbeat, so that's really cute keepsake to have. Now, you don't have to get like all these things, but I think the minimum you're gonna pay is like at least $150 anyway. So we just got everything. We're like, you know what, if we're gonna do it, we're just gonna do it. And since it's timed, you kind of wanna hope that your baby is cooperating, because if he's not, which ours wasn't, shocker, he was facing down away from the outside of my belly, and he was shoved up against my uterine wall. So for about 15 minutes, we spent the first half of our appointment trying to just get him to flip over enough to even see his face. Eventually, he flipped over enough that we could get like 2/3 of his face in the shot. It was definitely worth it for me, and it would have been even more worth it if we would have been able to see him the whole time, because just the 15 minutes was awesome. We got really cool pictures, and I cannot wait to compare the baby picture with his 3D picture. And I guess to sum it up, it was probably the most fun thing that we've done, the most exciting thing thus far in our pregnancy. So also when I hit 8 months, my sleeping patterns just fell apart. That's all I can say about it. I'm 100% positive that it's just God preparing me for when the baby's here, because I know that's what it's gonna be like. It's gonna be so random. The other thing that I just recently did this past week that I loved was I got a prenatal massage. The baby's now pushing on my cervix and my sciatic nerve, and so everything just got really complicated back there and down there and in my back and everything, and it was the best 80 minutes ever. I'll just say that. The only other thing that I can think about is maternity clothes and all that. I'm still in my same maternity pants. I have worn my same maternity pants the whole time since I started at 10 weeks. I was wearing extra smalls and smalls in shirts, and at about 7 months, which is when I kind of told y'all I started kind of popping out a bit, I just couldn't do the extra smalls anymore. And then once I got to be 8 months, even the smalls were just, I can wear them, but they look like I'm wearing toddler clothes. So it looks bad. So I had to go out at about 7.5 months and buy a few new maternity things. I wouldn't say my maternity fashion has been cute at all, to be completely honest. I thought, you think, you have all these high hopes for yourself when you get pregnant, like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be so fit and I'm gonna look so cute in my maternity clothes, and the rest of my body is not gonna change at all. I'm just gonna have this little cute bump. Yeah, that did not happen to me. Some people it does, and more power to them. They're so lucky, but that did not happen to me. My fashion just hasn't been that cute, I'll be honest. Every so often I'll mix like a regular non-maternity something with like over the top of a maternity shirt, and that kind of helps me feel a little more normal. But nothing about being 35 pounds heavier is normal for me, and dressing it. And that's another question I get. How much weight have I gained? I'm almost at 35 pounds. So I don't know how normal that is, but I'm pretty just straight up. So I will just end this video the way that I ended my other one and just show you guys my bump. So I'll show you guys. This is my bump at this point, and it's definitely out there. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. He's moving around. His feet and his butt are always up here, digging in my ribs, and his head has definitely shifted down. But yep, that's what it looks like from the front. It's nice and round. So that is what I'm working with these days. Literally just had to pause the video because I got a rush of heartburn and I had to stop for a second. Woo, okay. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope that this is somewhat interesting. It's probably not, but this is just what's been going on in my life and with the baby. And yeah, I just thought I would share it. I hope you guys have a good day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.